At least 4 people have been confirmed dead and over 70 hospitalized as many buildings were destroyed in an explosion which rocked parts of Bodija in Ibadan on Tuesday night. Oyo State Governor Makinde, while visiting the scene of the incident, assured of safety and footing of bills of affected victims of the Bodija blast.
What I felt in my building was actually very catastrophic. So I was, for like 30 minutes, I was scared to come out. My entire building was actually shaking in array. So I thought it's something that actually happened, maybe in front of my building or on top of the roof safe. So I couldn't come out. I was too scared to come out. So I can't really say much until I got there and I saw that if I could count correctly, about 6 buildings, because I come here often, has been affected, and I don't know, and I feel like we need all the help we can get, because my instinct is telling me there are more people inside, but we need light, we need so many things to rescue these people.
What's it called? The POPP, the gas, everything, the pressure destroy our office. Just look at it. So bomb is being produced secretly around this area. This is a residential area. This could not be gas. So government need to investigate this situation.
People started calling, so I ran home and I came to see this chaos. So there was an explosion that shook everywhere. I think the tremors even went as far as people heard it in Jericho.
That you have illegal miners trying with explosives around this place. We've always said to people that when you see something, say something, and then the authorities should be able to do something. This is quite unfortunate. At this stage, it's just to rescue anyone that is still under the rubble here, and also the people that have been taken to the hospital to give them care, and also some of the people who have their houses destroyed, provide temporary accommodation for them at hotels within the city. And then in the morning, we definitely will continue the investigation. But most importantly, at this stage, whatever information we can get, we need it. And then we'll react appropriately.
Earlier, we had an Ibadan-based journalist, David Bello, and he gave us an update.
All right, I'm reporting live from Ibadan, Oyo State. Currently, I am in Bodija, and I can see at the back is the scene of the explosion. And from all measures, it's quite a devastating explosion. And like the report you played earlier, you observed that the measure of casualty reported by some of the eyewitnesses was even minimal. But as of today, I can confidently tell you that the number of houses destroyed due to this explosion is over 25 to 30 houses already on this street. The explosion is quite very, very powerful. Now, what we have today is that the death on site to inform everybody, particularly sympathizers. We have got quite a number of sympathizers here early on, and they were affecting rescue mission.
So the appeal to them then was that they would have to reduce their presence and have to leave the scene of this explosion. This being that there was a primary explosion, and it is possible that the secondary explosion can happen. It also covered a number of explosive agents to detonate. So the place is a local area, it's been cordoned off, while our technical officers, our rescue team, and some of the security officers doing what can with the presence of excavators and moving machines to ensure that our restoration is carried out successfully. Now, this morning, we also observed that a body was recovered, a body terribly and maimed, but the body was contained in a body bag and was taken through the ambulance out of the site. We also had the rescue the operative also about a victim alive, and the victim has been taken to the hospital currently. So rescue efforts are still currently ongoing.
Right. And what can you tell us about some of the relatives, some of the family members of those who are still perhaps trapped? Do we have people raising concerns about their missing family members or relatives in the rubble as the rescue operations continue?
All right. We visited the University Teaching Hospital, UCH, Ibadan, earlier this morning, and even as of yesterday night. The governor reported about 77 bodies and persons rescued to the hospital. Now, what we have at the hospital are people trooping in their large number. So currently as it stands,
We still have people still declared missing in the course of this explosion, and as events keeps unfolding. Right. So, and we have seen a couple of loved ones came in this morning and were seriously bitter, crying and lamenting because some of their loved ones that were rescued yesterday to the hospital were reportedly dead this morning, about 2 to 3 of them. So we have got a man this morning that was weeping bitterly. That's one of the children of Lekon Salami. Lekon Salami is a very popular Ibadan figure. As a matter of fact, a stadium in Ibadan, Lekon Salami Stadium, was named after their father. So one of their houses was terribly affected, and one of the sons lamented this morning. It was a very sorrowful experience for him when he recounted some of the losses. He exclaimed repeatedly that everything is gone, everything is gone, everything is gone. And for most of the sympathizers around, they were almost moved to tears.
Quite a sad development there, but we'll bring you more updates as the story develops and events unfold. Now, away from Ibadan and now to Niger State, 12 people are still missing after the Monday's boat mishap in Borough local government area of Niger State. The Director General, Niger State Emergency Management Agency, Abdullahi Baba Ara, confirmed this to journalists in Mina. He said, apart from the 3 males and 5 females that lost their lives, the remaining victims had been rescued by the search and rescue team comprising the local divers whose prompt response reduced the casualties. The boat, with capacity of 100 passengers, was overloaded with people and commodity and was heading to Wara Market in Kebbi State when it capsized. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has condemned the recent spate of kidnappings and bandit attacks, describing the development as disturbing, ungodly, and sinister. Speaking when he received a delegation of Jamiatul Ansari-Din, a highly respected Islamic movement, at the State House in Abuja on Tuesday, President Tinubu said while security agencies are acting with dispatch to immediately address the current challenges, all required resources, policies and plans will be rolled out soon for the massive education of Nigerian youth. The president, in a statement by Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Ajurin Galale, said, education is the antidote to the troubles agitating the nation. And on to Kaduna State, Governor Ubasani of Kaduna State has held an emergency security meeting with traditional rulers and heads of security agencies over the security situation in the state. The meeting, which was held on Tuesday behind closed doors at the Sir Kashim Ibrahim Government House, Kaduna, follows the resurgence of kidnappings and bandits attacks in Birnin Gwari, Chikun, Abuja-Kaduna Expressway and some other parts of Kaduna State.
The recent occurrences on that axis clearly indicate the opening of a front on that route. And this points us strongly to the need for renewed focus and coordination. You are also aware of the attacks on citizens and military personnel along the Kaduna-Binangwari road. I must also commend Operation Safe Haven in southern Kaduna for significantly stabilizing Zangon Katap, Jama'a, and Kaura. The officers and men of Operation Safe Haven have helped immensely in containing recent threats to peace and safety. I will, however, appeal to the military and the police to step up their presence in the Tudunburi general area in view of threats arising from efforts to rebuild the community after the unfortunate incident of last year.
Governor Ubasani of Kaduna State there. And I will bring it back to southwestern part of the country where hearing of a bank robbery case resumed today before Justice Halimat Salman of Kwara High Court. Ayobade Akinibosun and 4 others are currently standing trial in the case which began on the 11th of November 2018. The report.
On the 5th of April 2018, some suspected armed robbers robbed 5 commercial banks in Kwara State, killing over 30 persons in the process, including policemen. Some suspects, Michael Adiku, Ayobade Akinibosun, Aziz Alauddin, Niyi Ogundiran, Ibikunle Ogunleye, and Adeola Abraham were arrested in connection with the robbery. While Michael Adiku died in police custody, the remaining 5 pleaded not guilty. At the resumed hearing today, the 5th defendant, Niyi Ogundiran, and the 3rd defendant, Adeola Abraham, were examined and cross-examined by the defense counsel Matthias Emeribe and prosecution counsel Rotimi Jacob, senior advocate of Nigeria.
Well, it's not the fault of the court. It's not the fault. Like my law was taken to election tribunal for 1 year, so that delayed the hearing. There are a lot of other things, strike and all the rest. Nobody like it. That's why we devoted 3 days that we should be able to conclude it this time around. We expect to finish it by Thursday.
Is there any way the testimony that the defendants and perhaps the witnesses have given in respect of this matter can be cut short or discarded, particularly in a capital, in an offense that carries capital punishment? That is why the court's duty at all material time is to be sure that they end up making sure that anybody that will be found guilty must be the person who is guilty, not the innocent. And it has always been the principle of law that it is always better for 9 guilty persons to be set free than for 1 innocent person to be condemned. That is why it is not a case where even the court will be in a hurry to deal with.
It is now well over 5 years since the case began, but counsel say there is no cause for alarm as long as justice is served at the end of the day.
The Lagos State High Court at the Tafawa Balewa Square on Tuesday fixed February 8 for the hearing of the no-case submission filed by the bus rapid transit driver Andrew Ominikor, who is facing trial for the death of one of his passengers, Oluwabamiche Ayanwola. Justice Sherifat Sonaike, who had earlier fixed today for the adoption of the application, was forced to adjourn the case following the failure of the defense counsel, Abayomi Omotubora, to serve the prosecution a copy of the application. The state, through its Director of Public Prosecutions, Jide Martins, had arraigned Ominikoro before the court on a 4-count charge of conspiracy, murder, and 2 counts of rape. And now to the Federal Capital Territory. A fire outbreak has engulfed IC World Emporia Center, a popular shopping arena in Gwarimpa, Abuja, in the early hours of Wednesday. A social media post on X showed fire burning through the roof of the building. We'll bring you more details as we learn more about this developing story. You're watching the news update on Trust TV. Still ahead. Ex-convict leads a new life after imprisonment. Details of this story and more to come after the break. We'll be right back. Welcome back and thank you so much for staying. If you're just joining us, this is the news update on Trust TV. Here is a look at a recap of some of our top stories. You heard that at least 4 dead, over 70 hospitalized in Ibadan Explosion, plus 12 still missing after Niger boat mishap as search and rescue operation continues. And now moving to other stories. The Federal Capital Territory Administration says it will remove all illegal settlements and shanties in the nation's capital to curb the rising insecurity in the FCT. As part of the exercise, the Department of Development Control of the FCTA has directed officers to submit a list of all shanties and informal settlements for a verification exercise. The department said the goal was to identify and address illegal shanties and informal settlements that may harbor criminal activities. The director of the Department of Development Control, Mukhtar Galadima, made this known during the removal of illegal shanties and shops at Durumi 1. He said the move was part of the administration's broader strategy to enhance security and orderly development in the capital city. Most ex-convicts experience post-release humiliation, stigmatization, and harassment, leaving them with little hope for the future. Zakaria, who served a 6-year term at the Billiri Correctional Center, has defied odds, leading an exemplary life after his prison term. Hassan Lawan Koli reports.
A 27-year-old Zakaria has become a mirror of success, applying skills acquired at Billiri Correctional Center in Gombe State. He now owns a shop crafting shoes and handbags. I developed an interest in this while serving my 6-year term in Billiri Correctional Center. One Christopher Peter always encouraged us to learn a skill, saying it was for free and will help us in the future. You see, I am now enjoying it and earning a living from it. Public humiliation is a common plight for many ex-convicts, and Zakaria pays it too. When I was released, people were mocking me and calling me names. But when they realized I was a responsible person, they started loving me to teach their children the skills I have. Concern about former prison mate resorting to crime, Zakaria emphasizes the need for support and empowerment, citing a lack of government assistance. One of my prison mates was in drug abuse after being released, but when he got support from Christopher, he is now doing well. You see, we need empowerment so that we can remain responsible people. But for now, we are getting nothing from the government as a support. Zakaria aspires to further his education to make a greater impact on others' lives one day. His story embodies the saying, when there is a will, there is a way. Hassan Lawan Koli, Trust TV News, Gombe.
Chairman of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, Musa Adamu Aliyu, has stated a willingness to foster a partnership request by the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria to combat fraud, promote transparency and accountability in the national taxation system. The endorsement was made known on Tuesday during a courtesy visit to the ICPC headquarters in Abuja by the president of CITN, Samuel Agbile. Aliyu outlined key agenda for the partnership to include public awareness, technology, and policy advocacy, which, according to him, were crucial to the promotion of transparency, accountability, and excellence in the taxation sector, stressing the need for Nigerians to contribute to its development by normalizing tax payment. ICPC BUS subsequently assured CITN of the Commission's unwavering support, as well as collaboration with other key players in the sector, including Federal Inland Revenue Service, to effectively prevent and check tax-related offences. On the international scene, at least 23 Palestinians have been killed in Khan Yunis as Israeli attacks leveled dozens of residential homes and damaged the Nasser and Al-Amal hospitals. United Nations rights experts say Gazans are hungry and Israel continues to bomb, besiege and block aid to the territory. Qatar says it has brokered a deal to bring medicines and other aid into Gaza in exchange for the provision of medicine to Israeli captives held in the enclave. More on the foreign scene, at least 17 people have been injured after Russian missiles hit residential buildings in the city of Kharkiv. Regional Governor Oleh Snebel said that two S-300 missiles hit buildings in the center of Ukraine's second biggest city late on Tuesday night, and 14 people had been sent to hospital. Kharkiv Mayor Ihor Terekov said the missiles struck precisely where there is no military infrastructure and precisely where there are, in fact, residences. Ukraine's emergency services said one of the missiles hit a 3-story building that had previously housed a medical center. And in sports, Namibia produced a huge upset as Dion Hoto's 88-minute header secured victory over Tunisia in their 2023 Africa Cup of Nations opener. The Brave Warriors, ranked 115th in the world and without a victory in any of their previous 9 AFCON matches, were worthy winners in Hurghada. Striker Peter Shalulile had an earlier effort cleared off the line, but Hoto pounced from Bethwell Museum's cross. Tunisia, 2004 champions, are 87 places above Namibia in FIFA standings. The remarkable result means Namibia are second in the table on goal difference, following Mali's 2-0 win over South Africa in the later Group E fixture at Amadou Gon Coulibaly Stadium. And that brings us to the end of the news update at this hour. But remember, you can always follow us across all of our social media platforms and also join our YouTube live stream for more news, programs, and documentary. I'm Aisha Salihu, and I'll see you again. Thank you for watching.